These are definite things that you can encounter when using relaxers. Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back. I want to say what's up to all the subbies, and I want to say what's up to all the newbies. That's anybody that's checking me out maybe for the first time, maybe not. It's okay. It's okay. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. This one is going to be a quickie. Okay. So we got a quickie today. Okay. So I've gotten a couple of questions and a couple of comments with regard to relaxers and how I feel about whether I have any concerns about the health issues that have been associated with relaxers. Okay, so I just want to address that really quickly. I felt like, being that I got more than one comment, and they were questions, it wasn't anything, they were just a couple of questions, you know what I mean? One person, I believe, had just gotten a relaxer. Okay, so they were a little concerned because I guess a lot of people around them were chit-chatting about all the dangers and basically in their ear with different information. Okay, and the other person, they were considering a relaxer, and you guys know who you are. But I want to address that really quickly, and yeah, we can move on from there. So for me, it's like this. I've been relaxing my hair for years and years and years and years. Okay, and I know that there's a lot of talk out there on the internet and blogs and different articles about chemical relaxers. There was even a movie, Good Hair by Chris Rock, and I know that a lot of people were converted, or at least they were convinced via that movie that, hey, I'm not dealing with relaxers anymore, so forth and so on, because everything that's going on with it. And it didn't just deal with relaxers, it dealt with the, I guess, the black hair culture overall, as well as the different industries that feed into and feed off of black hair care, okay? So it wasn't just about relaxers. So with that being said, there have been talks about relaxers are linked to cancer. They have been linked to fibroids, okay? In women, they have been linked to a lot of different things. Hormonal imbalances, okay? Early puberty and things going on with your menstrual cycle and just a whole lot of things. I even read that there was something about an autopsy on a woman who had used relaxers for years, and she had a green film on her brain or underneath her skull, and they associated that to the use of relaxers. Yeah, so that one made my eyes grow big. Come to find out, that was debunked a while ago, because there are other cases where you can have such a presentation, such as like gallbladder issues and other, you know, health issues that would cause that. But it was associated with a relaxer. And so you get all this big talk on the internet and everything. And a lot of this big talk, you know, it grows. But I brought that all up to say that there's a lot of talk out there, okay? There's a lot of talk out there with relaxers and with chemicals overall, because not just relaxers, you know, there's talks about tampons and other things that that are chemically induced or enhanced or just involve chemicals overall. And some of that is warranted, okay? As far as we should know what we're getting into and so forth and so on, and know what we're being exposed to, okay? So I don't have any problem with that. Now, as far as getting back to the relaxers, again, I've been using them for years, and even with these talks, I myself have never been scared to discontinue use of the relaxers on my hair, okay? Because not only with the talks of health concerns, but they also say that, of course, we've been hearing this for years, that relaxers equal damaged hair, okay? And when they put these things out here, they are basically put out there as definitives, okay? The definites, like if you use a relaxer, your hair will be damaged and it will not be healthy, period. If you use a relaxer, then, you know, you are going to get sick. But again, when you look these things up, okay, even in these articles and these movies, I have yet to see where it says there's a definite correlation that if you use a relaxer, you will get cancer. If you use a relaxer, you will definitely get fibroids. And here's all the statistics. And here are the people who have gotten sick because of the relaxers, okay? So it's always like a cautionary or a caution when it comes to relaxers, which I have no problem with, okay? Again, I think we all should be aware of what we're using on our bodies as well as in our bodies. So not only relaxers, but of course hair dye and anything that, you know, involves chemicals, even hair products. Okay, we've got articles on different hair products that contain different things that can cause an allergic reaction to the skin. So with this being said, or with that being said, I want to just sort of address my take on it. So for me, it's like this. I know what's being said, but again, there are no definitives. So unlike relaxers, the Brazilian blowout, okay, you guys may have heard that term a long time ago, because that particular process is sort of waned because they used formaldehyde, okay? Part of the process in straightening the hair, they used formaldehyde, and it got a bad reputation, and deservedly so, because a lot of people were getting sick. Not only the ones that were getting the treatment, but also the technicians or the hairdressers that were applying this particular treatment to their customers. There were reports of nosebleeds, headaches, different other types of reactions to the chemicals because there was a significant effect on health. Later on, there was an FDA sort of warning label put on these services. So these are documented. This is a definitive. Let's talk about the studies that are out there. There was one study that basically said that relaxers could be the cause of some type of uterine dysfunction as well as fibroids, but they didn't go so far as to say that it was solely responsible for it, because they admitted, even in the listing of all the protocols that they followed as far as getting the group of women, gathering them from certain ancestry, and looking at their health backgrounds, there were no other control measures that they really applied. They did not get the names of the relaxers that these women were using, so we don't know who used what kind of foods were they eating, you know what I mean? What were their socioeconomic backgrounds? Was there any other controlling factors or any other factors used as a litmus to make sure that everyone was doing the same thing as far as eating, going to sleep, where they lived? Did they live in the north and the south? There were a lot of like variables that were still out there. And that's why they sort of admitted, hey, we think it may cause this, but we can't be sure because we didn't have other controlling factors to fine tune our results. So there was another one based on a group of women, you know, different ranges as far as ages and so forth and so on, that said that relaxers do not cause breast cancer. Okay, so they basically did away with that as far as the fear of breast cancer and relating that to relaxers. Now that was some years ago, but it seems to still stand because I haven't seen anything as of recent linking it to at least not specifically breast cancer. And they specifically said breast cancer. And there also seem to be some other anecdotal like stories out there and tellings. So again, there's a lot out there, okay? There's a lot out there as far as mixed information, misinformation. Black women are more prone to fibroids than other races overall. But they're also connecting fibroids to relaxers, okay? But we also know that both women who are relaxed and natural can get fibroids. Okay, so they need to fine tune that. Again, the information is just floating out there, but no one's defining anything as far as how you necessarily get sick from the relaxers. Okay, we know that we're not supposed to necessarily put it straight on our scalps. We put it on our hair. Okay, but they're saying that you can get sick from the chemicals leaking through any scars or lesions that you may have on your scalp, I guess, whether from the relaxer or prior to. So does that mean that if you don't have any lesions and you don't have any cuts or openings on your scalp, that you won't get sick? You know what I mean? So that's also floating out there. So it's just floating out there, but with no resolution, with no definitive answer. So that's why I said the information seems to be all over the place. It's not seems to, it is. It's all over the place. You can find information out there that is really hyperbolic, and you can find information out there that really seems to make sense, but it hasn't been confirmed, but it's a maybe and it could be, and we'll soon tell you, you know what I mean? But what would be helpful to everybody is that if they can just come together, okay? Now, when I say they, I mean a neutral party, one that has no skin in the game, one that's not funded by either or, whether it's beauty companies that make relaxer products or not, or natural hair companies or natural hair advocates who would like to see relaxers go away. A neutral party that can efficiently, okay, conduct a study that would finally give definitive, concise, and comprehensive results as far as the effects on the health of those who use relaxers, okay? This study should debunk all that's out there as far as the falsehoods, okay? And reinforce anything that has still had a question mark next to it or asterisk, okay? I think that would be very helpful. I think that's long overdue, okay, to sort of allay the fears of anybody who's considering or anybody who's been relaxed for years. Because a lot of people are talking, and when you get a lot of different opinions and a lot of different talks, and especially if it's already based on fear, okay, or fear tactics, you're going to have a whole mess, okay? And nothing's cleared up and nobody knows anything, okay? Nobody knows anything, and everything is, well, I heard. Well, I heard that, or I think that, and all that just gets perpetuated and just pushed on down the line until, like I said, nobody knows anything, or it's the telephone game where you start off with one story, okay? And so many people hear the story. By the time that the last person tells the story to the next person, it's a totally different story, or it has add-ins that weren't even in the original version. So I think that's kind of where we are with this, you know, the telephone game as far as the relaxers are concerned. So I'm all for it. I'm all for a comprehensive study to finally give the answers to those who have been wondering for years, okay? And those who are using the relaxers and just don't know, you know, want to know and just don't know. But the answer should be out there. So with that being said, if the numbers backed up a definitive answer, whereas relaxers definitely cause cancer, relaxers definitely will give you fibroids, here are the statistics, here are the people that have gotten sick, you should not use it, we need to take this off the shelf, or we need to take these off the shelves. I would not use a relaxer, okay? I would not use a relaxer. It's not that serious to me where I would put my health in jeopardy, indefinite jeopardy for convenience, okay? Because for me, it's the consistent convenience, okay? And that's why I use relaxers, okay? And I'm not getting into the politics of relaxers and black hair and this and that and whether you should and whether you shouldn't as a black person. And we don't do that over here, okay? Because just in case you're new, we welcome everybody, okay? I have naturals and I have those who are relaxed that follow and or watch. We are all about healthy hair. And like I always say, whether you're on the natural hair train or the relaxed hair train, we all should come to the same destination, which is healthy hair, okay? So I don't get into all the politics or whatever. Y'all can argue about that over there. So for me, being that I've been relaxed for 10 plus years, I have not had any issues with regard to my health and connection to relaxers, okay? As far as cancers, tumors, anything, any of those talks, okay, have not had any issues. And what I can say, there are definitives that are associated with relaxers because it is a chemical. And we have two different types of relaxers, no lye and lye, okay? L-Y-E, lye. And of course, lye is more caustic than the no lye relaxers, okay? So they can burn more easily or burn you more easily. But that's not to say that no lye doesn't burn at all. So one definitive is that if you do not use it correctly, it will burn you. Yes, you can get hurt by using relaxers incorrectly. That is a definitive, okay? So if you use it on your hair On an irritated scalp, if you apply it on an irritated scalp, you will get burned. If you leave the relaxer on longer than the associated or recommended time for that relaxer to be left on your hair, you can cause damage to your hair. It will become weaker. So in that regard, that's another definitive. These are definites. These are things that we can definitely say that this will happen if you do not do that, or if you use this. People react in different ways to different things. Everything is not a definitive etched in stone type of result, okay? Again, just because you use a relaxer doesn't mean you're gonna get sick, okay? But according to the talks on the internet, that's what you would surmise, okay? But there are underlying factors to certain things. There are other mitigating factors that can expose you or have you more prone to being sick with using chemicals overall, okay? Because there are a lot of hair products that have things in them where some people react or have an adverse reaction to them, and a lot of people don't. I think a lot of times, a lot of these articles and a lot of these issues are just put into one big ball, and it's just labeled as relaxers are bad. But as far as definitives, as far as your health is concerned, as far as cancers, tumors, fibroids, now I already said that whole thing with the green on your brain and all like that, which it's so inflammatory. You know, again, if I were to hear that, I would not get a relaxer either. I would say, why are people relaxing their hair? But that was debunked, okay? So that one was debunked. But anyway, there's so many things out there, but again, I have yet to see the numbers that would really add up and say, hey, this is a definitive thing. So with that being said, I've been using relaxers for 10 plus years and I have not had an issue. Okay. If anything, it has helped my hair to grow because it has helped me to manage my hair. Okay. To manage, and basically it's the consistent convenience for me. Okay. But you don't have to take my word for it. Okay. As far as relaxers not being this big boogie man, as far as the hair industry, there are other beautiful women with beautiful hair, beautiful, healthy hair, that have relaxers that are on the YT, okay? They're right here, okay? Just click on any one of them. Some of them have been on here for 10 plus years, okay? And beyond. They still have hair on their head. And as far as I know, no one has said anything about any medical maladies associated with them using it. Otherwise, I would think they would say something, okay? I would think they would say something. But you can easily look around. There are many women that relax their hair without any issues, okay? Because it is all about taking care of your hair. Whether you're natural or relaxed, you still have to take care of it, okay? And you have to use it wisely. We're not supposed to use it multiple times in 1 month, okay? And there's a certain way to use it, a certain time to use it. And you know you're not supposed to be shellacking it on different parts over and over and over again. There are certain protocols that you have to follow in order to get the proper result from a relaxer and not get hurt, period. So with that being said, I don't have any fear, okay, of me getting sick from using relaxers. Like I said, the numbers don't back it up. There has not been such a reaction like the Brazilian blowout. Like that was pretty serious, okay? And so serious that even the FDA got involved. But we haven't had that yet with the relaxer. And these talks have been going on for years and years and years. And obviously it's a personal choice that you have to make, okay? Even with all that information out there, it's still your choice to make, because the best thing about being an autonomous being, one of the benefits is that you get to make your own choices, okay? And on top of that, being a Black woman, okay, or a Black person with our hair and all that it does and can do, the choices are many, okay? There's so much that we can do to our hair, and it's just a wonderful thing, okay? It's a wonderful thing, but it is a personal choice. It's a personal choice for you to make. And what I will say is this: if you are not relaxed and you're considering it, but you are fearful of what you are hearing and you're unsure and you're filled with trepidation, I wouldn't do it. I would not relax my hair. I would continue to do what I'm doing as far as natural or getting a blowout or whatever, because I feel like any choice that you make, you should be comfortable with that choice, okay? You should be comfortable, and it should be the proper choice for you, and it would line up. If it's a good choice, you should have peace with your choice, okay? You should have peace with what you decide to do with your hair. But whether you choose to use chemicals or just do all natural fruits and berries and nothing in your hair, I am just more concerned with the health, okay? So with that being said, that's what we preach around here. We preach healthy hair. I just happen to be a relaxed gal, so you're gonna hear it from me, a relaxed gal. But anything that I say can pretty much be universally applied to having healthy hair, as far as the schedule and this and that, so on and so on. So to answer your question, I said all of that to say, and to answer your question, I am happy being relaxed, okay? I'm happy with my choice. And no, I do not feed into the talks of health concerns or the fearful talks of health maladies or medical situations or illnesses that have been supposedly associated with relaxers, okay? And again, if the numbers were to back up a definitive, okay, then I wouldn't use it. But until then, I'm very happy with my choice. So I'm going to leave that right there. But you guys let me know, okay? Let me know down in the comments below whether you've heard about the whole green brain thing. Like I said, let me just end on that note. That was debunked, okay? That was debunked as far as it being directly related to a relaxer. But y'all let me know if y'all heard about that green thing, because I never heard about that before. So that was new to me, okay? Okay. So that wasn't too bad, right? We were in and out, okay? So I want to thank you so much for dialing in and showing up. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really do. I do. I really do. And yeah, we'll be back talking about some more stuff, because we got some more stuff on the list, but I just wanted to squeeze this one in, you know, because it warranted, you know, addressing. But now that we talked about it, now we can get to other things. So you gotta come back for that, so you already know. It's going to be the same Dolce dial. It's going to be the same Dolce channel. So you come on back. All right.